What's going on, YouTube? I'm Scotch.
And I'm Sniff.
And we're Scotch and Sniff.
We are Scotch. Today we've got, so I don't think I've seen any videos on YouTube that have the entire Macallan edition lineup.
I've never seen it.
I've seen single videos of all these, I've seen single videos of all of these, but I haven't seen anybody put them all together.
First time ever. First time ever on YouTube. Woo!
We did it! We made it! So I know a lot of people are lacking the number one. We just got lucky because 6 years ago I went into a store and just bought it for $95 like a regular person.
$95.
Now it's going on the secondary market for $700 to $1,000, which is just absolutely silly.
It's insane.
Considering the best one's not even number one. So
I think you can tell by the bottle fill which one's the best one. Yeah, let's give these a turn.
So these coming from my own personal stash, that's pretty much my order for what's going on here.
But it's funny because he gave me some samples so I could go home and try it, do a little research, some homework, and mine came very similar to this. Number 4 is definitely a heavy hitter and one of the best of the line. But I'm more up in this range, but definitely despised these two last ones.
So for number 4, for me, I know personally, when we went to Macallan the very first time before they built an airport, I definitely enjoyed in the small distillery. We got to smell, we were hanging out with a brand ambassador. We totally got to smell the new make spirit. And I'll never forget how on the new make, I smelled apples and I never smelled it in any Macallan ever again. I'm assuming the sherry eats it up. But the number 4, the first time I cracked it, I was like, holy crap, the apples are back. I was like, I don't know if that just means it's younger or what's going on there, but it definitely had that flavor of what I remember. I think nostalgia for me personally plays a lot into the number 4, but it also tastes fantastic.
It does taste fantastic.
So what notes-wise, I know you had a lot of notes on all these things. For me, number 4 is like apples, toffee, caramel, and that's my jam.
Yeah, so I got a lot of toffee, caramel, a lot of like rich kind of sherry flavors. I really enjoyed that one, but it was more deep and rich. And not single note, there were a lot of normal Macallan type flavors, but there was I got a hit of astringency at the end of it that I was just like, like you crushed it on the beginning, the nose was out of this world, but then you crept up with some astringency and kind of put a toothpick in my mouth.
Little pokey poke.
Just a little pokey poke, but just take another swig and you're good to go.
Absolutely. So we'll just bounce around.
Yeah.
So for me, number 2, for me personally, is the number 1 because as you can see, I mean, it tastes good. It's not worth the hype of what everybody is buying. Like to me, is it a $100 bottle? Absolutely. Is it a $700 bottle? H to the no.
H to the no.
Is it a $1,000 bottle? At the peak, I know the box edition ones in the UK were going for $1,200, $1,500.
That's insane.
And I was like, exactly. I was like, you guys have lost your minds. It's a $100 bottle. It is not that mind-blowing that you need to spend that kind of money on it. That makes no sense.
I would have to agree with you. My number 1 pick is number 2. I got tons of creamy sherry flavors. Creamy. There was actually, I don't know if it felt as though there was a lot of malactic fermentation where there was a creaminess and actual mouthfeel of like a milkiness, and it was a really good round whiskey.
Oh, I totally forgot. We should totally go through this. So number 1 was a blend of, I think, 8 casks by Bob Delgarno. Number 2 was Bob Delgarno working with El Cellar de Can Roca. I guess it's 3 brothers that own a Michelin-rated restaurant.
Not just a Michelin-rated restaurant. It was the
best in the world multiple times.
Multiple times.
Right. They like don't open for the summer where they go have adventures and then come back and they take their adventures that they go on with their families and like impart it into their food through magic because
Ferrari Andrea.
There you go. And so number 3 was Bob Delgarno working with Roja Dove. If you guys are into perfume, you'll know who that is, which is why it has such a fantastic nose. For me, it's a number 4 because it's got a great nose, but palate for me is lacking.
It was weak.
Yeah, it just didn't do what it needed to do. Number 4 was the one done by Nick Savage, who was the master distiller over at Macallan for exactly 1 year before moving on to Bladnock. And 5 and 6 are done by the Macallan team of tasters. So I'm gonna lead.
Team.
That's messed up. It's not the A team, that's for sure.
It's definitely the D team.
Of course, as we've said 1,000 times in our videos, we're not sponsored. We're not paid by Macallan, so we're going to tell you what's up. But
unbiased reviews.
It also means that we can say things. I
We
think
can
that a lot of
dog them
people.
if we want to.
Oh my gosh, it means we can say things that I think a lot of people are afraid to say too. And again, with it being whiskey, everybody's palate, it's very subjective. But I mean, two completely different palates, especially when it comes to bourbon. And we're gonna just tell you what we're getting. Yeah, I just realized how different our bourbon palates are.
Yeah.
That's all. And
But
but our Scotch palates are
very
so
similar.
close to in line, which is awesome. So yeah, so 4, 1, 2 with the fantastic. You've got 3 brothers who make food all the time, giving input to Bob Delgarno on what kind of cast he should mix up.
Yeah, there's no possible way that they could have. Well, I guess there's always a possible way that they could have messed it up, but it was, with 3 very nitpicky chefs, having their inputs. I know that they weren't going to put something out that sacrificed.
I mean, if it has their name on it.
Yeah.
So, the Rojo Dove one, again, this is my number 4 pick. It smells great, which you'd expect from somebody who does perfume. But I also thought that would translate to flavor.
Well, have you tasted perfume?
And that might explain it. That might explain why I actually, the palate wasn't that great for me.
Yeah.
Because it smells fantastic. It just doesn't taste fantastic.
It's not the best.
Yeah, so, I guess we should tell people too. So this was 100, this was 100, this was 100, this was 100, this was 110, 114, and this was 150. I don't know what Macallan was thinking with the prices. Like, hey, we're going to end this series, so let's gouge everybody in their eyes. Moving on to number...
They said it can't get any worse than this one. Wah, wah.
So, for me, it's the other way around. Number 6 is actually better than number 5. For strange reasons. And I'm not even going to get into them because there's 1,000 things that go into affecting your palate and what you taste. I actually get salinity in number 6, which I thought was interesting. So it makes it better than number 5. For me, number 5 was literally the worst of the worst.
Number 5, I actually got the astringency from toothpicks. These two are definitely not in line with what Macallan puts out, I think.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, they were complete misses. I generally have good things to say about everything. I think we both do. We try and find positives in everything. But those were drain pours for me. So
yeah, that's some rough nuggets. So yeah, that's the whole lineup. That's how the lineup was made and what they're doing with them. And it's the end of these. I know people are going nuts for the folio now, which to me is just, it's whatever. So
that's my lineup right there.
That's almost perfection. There you go. And yeah, that's my lineup right there. So again, tell us your lineup in the comments because I think we covered everything for these. The only other weird detail about these is the number 1 was 48% ABV, and then number 2 was 48.2, which is funny, and number 3 was 0.3 and 0.4 and 0.5, 0.6, but the 1 was not 0.1, it was just nothing. It was just 48. And I thought it was 48.1 for a while, and then another Instagrammer pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're right, it's just 48. Like, so it's kind of weird, strange, weird inconsistency. Trivia for you if you're a giant whiskey nerd.
There you go.
That's about it. And then the rest of them, you know what's also is weird that I never noticed about the backs? Only this one tells you to drink responsibly. The rest of them are like, good luck. Huh, cool. Please savor responsibly. The rest of them are like, well, do whatever you want with your life.
Well, this one says, please enjoy responsibly.
Does it? Oh,
yeah.
Did they come back to it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a weird line. It's like it's missing space, though. Look how this one's centered.
Really,
and this one is like they screwed up. That's awesome and weird. And awesome and weird. Yeah, it's hard to read this one, too. This one's the weirdest of all the labels for the colors.
And this one has their website.
Oh, almost forgot. The number 5, the big thing for this was they got together with Pantone to make a unique color. Okay. And number 6 was about fishing and the gillies there on the property at East Yelkies who fish in the water with Hardy. So,
nice.
Which might explain what's... I think I love the way you put it where it was like, look who they decided to work with. And that pretty much explains everything going on. So, yeah. Bob Delgarno working by himself is fire.
Fire.
But Nick...
And Savage.
Nick also brought... Yeah, Savage brought some good stuff. So what's your favorite order for these? Have you tried them all? I know I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions so that you can put comments down there.
But you can put a lot of comments down in the comments section.
However many comments you want. So first question, have you tried them all? And if you've tried them all, or if you haven't tried them all, which one's your favorite? Because
Or-
if you've only tried number 5 and it's your favorite, then
Hey.
it's because you haven't tried the rest.
Yeah. Or just stay there because you'll be the only one buying those bottles, and then you can get them at a discount.
Dang, yeah, that's a really horrible but true way to save some.
Positivity.
Yeah, no, that's-
Gotta take the good in things.
That's some silver lining if I ever
If
heard
you
it.
have tried all 6 of them, rank them in order down in the comments below. Let us know
Yeah, let's
what
see
you
those
think. What's your
numbers.
best?
We can totally
What's your favorite?
disagree or agree with you.
What's your favorite?
So it's
what's your
comment.
favorite
If you like Scotch dancing, click the like button.
Click the like
I
button.
know some of you are really
Oh,
into that.
oh.
And then if you like this type of humor, obviously subscribe. Or if you like our video quality, or if you just want to subscribe, like just hit the button.
Hit the button.
Or
Hit the button, please. They beat me at night.
if you're under duress, blink twice. So yeah, no,
I've, like,
I
30
wish
times
we
on
had like an unlimited budget and it wasn't my personal money. I would literally put my hand here and throw these on the floor because it would be hilarious. Why didn't I set up a pillow so they'd probably still break.
They would probably still break. They would hit each other.
But then I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm sad, I'm missing whiskey.
Yeah. Fund the Patreon so we can do that.
Oh, yeah. Daniel, Mike, thank you so much. So yeah, that's a whole video.
Nice.
Oh, it's deuces.